Dolphins Today is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. If you go to linkedin.com/NFL Daily, you can post your job for free. It's the best way to find people to hire at your small business. Welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. We begin with breaking news. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel announced his press conference this morning that safety Brandon Jones will miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. We'll get into more details in a second, but first, be sure to go down and subscribe because when Dolphins news breaks, we have you covered. We're filming this moments after the news came out at Mike McDaniel's press conference. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button to stay in the loop with all Miami Dolphins news. So, of course, on Monday, Brandon Jones was placed on IR after leaving the Steelers game on Sunday Night Football with a knee injury. Placed on IR Monday, got the MRI Monday as well. But Mike McDaniel on Monday did not rule him out for the rest of the season. Still said he needed more information to come out. I guess more information did come out about that MRI. Reports are that it's a torn ACL. Mike McDaniel didn't say torn ACL, but he did say ACL injury, and that he's going to miss the rest of the season, which is a massive blow to this Dolphins defense, and it's the latest blow to this Dolphins defense. A lot of injuries thus far this season. In the first preseason game, True Williams, who was looking very promising throughout the offseason in training camp and in mini camp and all that, he tore his ACL. And then Nick Needham with an Achilles, he's out. Byron Jones is still on the PUP list. It does not look good in terms of him returning anytime soon. Kader Kohu, Keon Crossan, both of those guys did not play this past Sunday, and now Brandon Jones has been ruled out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. How big of a loss is this? Scale it 1 to 10. Down in the comment section, go down, let me know. It's the pinned comment. Reply to it when you get a second. How big of a loss is losing Brandon Jones for the rest of the season to this Dolphins defense? He's been having a pretty good season. 49 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 3 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. The stats don't tell the full story. I mean, when you watch this guy on the field, he's making an impact on pretty much every single play. He was a part of one of the best safety tandems in the league with Javon Holland. Now you're probably going to slide Eric Rowe into that starting safety spot along with Javon Holland. You got Clayton Vigellum. You got Verone McKinley III, also Elijah Campbell here on this 53-man roster. I think this means that Verone McKinley III should be signed to the 53-man. And at the end of the preseason, I said, I think this guy deserves to be on the initial 53-man roster. They did not sign him. Luckily, he didn't get away. You sign him to the practice squad. I was actually a little bit surprised he didn't get snatched up because this guy had no business being an undrafted free agent. Last year at Oregon, he was a All-American, tied for the FBS lead with 6 interceptions, had 77 tackles for the Ducks, 6 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. He was phenomenal all season for Oregon. He did not run a great 40 time at the Combine. That contributed to him being undrafted, but he was a projected 4th or 5th round pick. He goes undrafted, gets picked up by the Dolphins, one of the best UDFA signings, if not the best UDFA signing in all of football. Obviously, Kader Kohu as well, so it's hard to say McKinley was a better UDFA signing than Kohu right now because Kohu's actually been starting on the Dolphins. He got 1 or 2 starts, but McKinley's a great player, and I think he deserves to be on the 53-man roster. I think this should be an easy decision for Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier to make. We'll talk more about McKinley in a second. First, I want to tell you about our friends over at LinkedIn Talent Solutions because they're making sure that you hire the right people for your small business, and especially with the year ending, you want to make sure that you finish on a high note, get the right people in the door, add your job to your LinkedIn profile, spread the word that you're hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster, Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. When I was hired at Chat Sports back in March, I was the 15th member of this team. We've now added more people to the team, over 20 people now. We've expanded our office space. We're growing very quickly thanks to LinkedIn Talent Solutions. I found Chat Sports through LinkedIn, vice versa. They found me through LinkedIn as well. A lot of our new hires. Go post your job for free in the year on a high note by making the right hire. LinkedIn.com/NFL Daily. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. So we just talked about Verone McKinley III, right? Speaking of hiring, they should sign him to the 53-man roster. He got 16 snaps last week. Eric Rowe, 17. Clayton Fagellum, 18. So Fagellum actually got more snaps than Rowe, and Fagellum played very well. So you have three good backup options right now on your football team in Fagellum, Rowe, and McKinley, which is why I do not think that trading for a safety is a must. A couple of y'all have DM'd me on Twitter, have commented down on our YouTube channel and been like, we need to trade for a safety. I'll be honest, no, we don't. And I'm pretty aggressive when talking about trade rumors, right? I've been saying trade for an offensive lineman, trade for a corner. You don't have to trade for a safety. That is why you did not trade Eric Rowe, right? Because if an injury happened, then he could slide in to a starting role, and he's been a starter in the league before and has been a pretty good starter in the NFL. Was Miami starting safety in 2019 and 2020. So I don't think you have to trade for a safety because of the depth you have at that position. However, I think you got to trade for a corner. Talk more about that in a second. What should be Miami's priority at the trade deadline? Should it be offensive lineman? Should it be a safety? Should it be a corner? Should it be a running back? A couple of y'all want Kareem Hunt in Miami. We might talk about him tomorrow on Dolphins Live. So go down, subscribe, and tune in for that at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. But go down to the comments. What should be, or who should be Miami's priority at the trade deadline? So they did not trade for a corner yesterday, but they did bring one in for a workout. Malcolm Butler, the Patriots Super Bowl hero, Super Bowl 49, intercepted Russell Wilson at the goal line. Worked out for Miami yesterday along with 4 others. So Malcolm Butler to Miami certainly appears possible. There's not been a signing yet. We will let you know if there is one. Here's what he's done in his career. You talk about a guy with a lot of experience, 100 career games played, 84 starts, 406 tackles, 82 pass breakups, 17 interceptions for Butler. He's been a good player throughout his career. However, he has not played in an NFL game since 2020. Spent the first couple seasons with the Pats, then had that pretty big deal with the Titans, and then has spent the last 2 seasons on practice squads. Cardinals practice squad last year, and then earlier this year was on the Patriots practice squad. So he has not played, although he's a lot of experience, he has not played in an NFL game in 2 years. Do you want to sign Malcolm Butler? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comments section. Go down, let me know if you think they should sign the former New England Patriot. They did sign 2 of the guys they worked out yesterday. Butler was not one of them. Jamal Perry, they worked out. They signed him, along with Calvin Jackson, Dede Westbrook, Alex Bachman. 3 wide receivers worked out yesterday, which is interesting. They did not sign Dede Westbrook, who's probably the biggest name there. They did sign Calvin Jackson Jr., the former Jets wide receiver, was added to the Dolphins practice squad. Second year All Pac-12 at Washington State last season. And you guessed it, son of former Dolphins safety Calvin Jackson, who tragically passed away last year. And so Dolphins ties, obviously, with the Jackson family. So we're excited, certainly, to welcome him to the Dolphins practice squad. Again, I'm a little bit surprised that they worked out 3 wide receivers. Your receiver room is pretty healthy, and it's very good. But they did sign Calvin Jackson Jr. to the practice squad yesterday, along with Jamal Perry. The Jackson news broke after he put out that video about Perry yesterday. But I know with Brandon Jones maybe being ruled out for the rest of the season, maybe they will decide to add another defensive back, and maybe that guy is Malcolm Butler. If they do sign somebody or trade for somebody, trade season is very loud right now. Go down, subscribe to the channel, because we will get you guys a video when the Dolphins make a move.